What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to continue my division look ahead. Next division I'm going to get into is the AFC South. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. Whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you are Madden player on Xbox One, I'll have my Xbox One gamer tag in the description box also. Now we're getting into the AFC South, yo. Jacksonville Jaguars won that division last year. Shout out to Dougie P. But looking hard ahead to this year, first team I'm gonna start off with is the Houston Texans. Obviously it was one of those throwaway years for them last year. I mean, I hate that Lovie Smith, a man who had such great success in this league, not only as a head coach with the Chicago Bears, getting them to a Super Bowl, and nearly to another one, but he was a really good defensive coordinator in this league as well. And the Bears have been nowhere near close to what they were since they inexplicably fired him. So I hate that Houston brought him in basically to hold it down until they got the guy they really wanted. And I felt Lovey deserved better than that. And he kind of stuck it to him and went for 2 against the Colts, and they lost out on Bryce Young because of that. But now they got DeMeco Ryans, first-year head coach, former Philadelphia Eagle. I think he's going to be a good coach, man. I like him a lot. He's very cerebral. He was one of the smartest players when he played for the Eagles. The 49ers is, he did some really good things there, but Robert Saleh did as well before him, and he did have a lot of great personnel there defensively, so it's hard for me to give him a lot of credit when it comes to that. But I do know he's a very intelligent guy, and I think he's going to do really well over there. Quarterback position, they got C.J. Stroud. Stroud, who has a lot of talent, and I know the Ohio State quarterbacks get a knock on him. But Fields look like he may be turning that around in Chicago. But Stroud's a really nice, talented player. They're young. Shout out to John Mechie, dealing with the leukemia and everything. He's got back out there participating and ready to play. In the backfield, Damian Pierce was a rookie last year, and he had a really nice year for them. Wide receivers, a lot of young guys. I think they got Robert Woods over there as a veteran. Defensively, they get Will Anderson. They did the double back. They got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Will Anderson is expected to come in and be a big-time pass rusher for them. Everybody, they young across the board. In the secondary, they got my guy, Derek Stingley Jr., who was banged up a good bit last year, and when he was out there, did okay. Houston obviously is going to struggle because they're young and they need a lot more personnel over there. But for them, it's about being competitive and continuing to grow as the season progresses. I think that's what it's about for them this season. Next team I look at is the Indianapolis Colts. Another team with a young quarterback and a new head coach. Shout out to Shane Steichen, Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator last year, did some big things with us. Indianapolis, they went the route of taking our offensive coordinator from a Super Bowl. They went that route again after they did the same thing with Frank Wright back in the day. Shane's a really good, nice offensive mind, especially with Anthony Richardson, because him and Jalen Hurts has the same similar skill sets. Anthony Richardson, like I mentioned, is over there. To be honest, as an LSU fan, I wasn't big on him. The physical attributes are there, but of course, if he gets coached up and polished up his game, all the physical ability is through the roof. So Shane Steichen's number one job is to kind of polish him up, similar to what he did to Jalen Hurts. So we gonna see how that goes. They do got a lot of drama going on with Jonathan Taylor and Jim Irsay. Jonathan Taylor is part of the pay the running back click group, and He wants a new deal. He asked for a trade. Irsay came out, said he ain't trading him. Irsay is a pretty weird dude to me. Look like he's always liquored up. I'm just saying. But Jonathan Taylor, it's a tough spot for him. So we're gonna see what happened with that. Wide receiving core, they got Pierce, a young receiver from Cincinnati, Michael Pittman Jr. They got some young pieces over there. Defensively, DeForest Buckner is one of the better defensive players in the league. Don't get talked about a lot because the Colts, haven't really been good like that the last few couple of years. But he's over there. Shaq Leonard, another guy who is big time, but has dealt with a lot of injuries, so you don't really hear much about him. And this is young secondary looking to replace, Stephon Gilmore, who they sent over to Dallas. So the Colts, another team, looking to see if it's all about the development of Anthony Richardson. Can he get better and better throughout the year and finding a way to get Jonathan Taylor pleased so he could be out there in the backfield helping out that young quarterback. The next team I look at is the Tennessee Titans. They got a really interesting situation at quarterback. For what I understand, Ryan Tannehill is still the guy, but they also got Will Levis over there, and they also got Malik Willis over there. So we're going to see what happens if one of them, if Will Levis at some point is going to take over the reins for Tannehill. But right now at the beginning is Tannehill, and Tannehill is up and down. Sometimes he looks like a very, very serviceable quarterback. Sometimes he looks like he need to be a backup somewhere. So it's all depending on, whatever. He's very, very inconsistent. In the backfield, of course, they got King Henry. Derrick Henry, one of the best backs in the league. Runs downhill, get at you. Just a dominating style of running the football. And to the receiving core, they added DeAndre Hopkins. I was surprised he went there, but he's there. And he's teaming up with Treylon Burks and, some young receivers there. So they got a little, he going to help out that group a lot. Now, you hoping it's not a situation where, the old receivers go there to careers to die, like, Randy Moss, Andre Johnson, and, and most recently, Julio Jones. So we're going to see if he could have a different impact over there than those guys did. And defensively, Jeffrey Simmons on the D-line is a menace. And in that backfield, and in that Kevin Byard in that secondary, and my guy Christian Fulton. Tennessee is a very interesting team because if they have a really solid, legit quarterback, they could compete for this division and possibly even be a wild card team. It's all about the quarterback play. Will Tannehill play well, or if he get benched, will Levis play well? I think they got enough receiving, and they obviously got a dominant run game, and they play well enough defensively to be a threat. It's all about that quarterback position. And the last team I'm going to go over in the AFC South is the AFC South champs, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to Doug Peterson. I'm always have love for him for getting our Eagles our first Super Bowl. The timing was right. We good, he good, and that's all that matter. Trevor Sunshine Lawrence is big time. We all knew he was big time coming out of Clemson. Looked like he's living up to that reputation. Had a really good second year. Travis Etienne, guy from around my way, Jennings, Louisiana. Shout out to him. After injury in his rookie year, came back second year and was really, really good, especially as the season went on, got better and better. Their receiving core, they got a nice core, man. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and, now they got Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is somebody who was slept on a lot, was forgotten about a lot. Dynamic route runner. He's going to bring another element of juice to that offense. Evan Ingram had a breakout year with them last year and it was able to get another contract. And defensively, they very young, but very talented and very well coached. Led by Josh Allen, rushing the passer. And just a bunch of young guys, man. Walker, and, you got Tyson Campbell in the secondary. Just a lot of young pieces, but a really good, nice defensive coordinator, and they play well. Play fundamentally sound. To me, the division comes down to out of Jacksonville and Tennessee once again. I'm going to get an ass to Jacksonville again. With them adding Calvin Ridley, I know it's easy for them to kind of slump this year, you know, and not be as good as last year, but I think they'll be good enough to win that division. I believe in Dougie P. I believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think they just got the better head coach quarterback matchup, as everything else is kind of is close enough to where I think the Jaguars gonna win the AFC South again. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles, NFL, and content on my other teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.